Aloha everyone, and welcome back to Aloha Jen's beauty blog. For those of you that are new here, hi, my name is Jen and I am a licensed esthetician in the state of California. Well, welcome to my wrap up of using the Medicube Booster Pro for 4 weeks. Now, technically today it's 5 weeks, but I filmed videos using this for the last 4 weeks, so we're gonna go by that. So I have before and after pictures, and just take into consideration, I am not a professional photographer. I have no photography skills whatsoever. As you can tell by my videos, they're just plain, but they're real. But you guys can see the differences in my skin. And if you've been following along this journey with me for the last 4 weeks, you can see the changes in my skin with using the Medicube Booster Pro. Now, I'm going to go over my thoughts on this device. I'll go over the products that I used with the device. And then make sure you stay till the end because I am going to be starting a new device routine and I need your guys' help to pick my next routine. So let's get into this, shall we? So here is the Medicube Booster Pro. I purchased this on my own. Back in the beginning of July. I was very curious about it after my friend Darcy from the Brazilian Girl Channel did her 30 days with the Medicube Booster Pro and her skin looked fabulous. So I had to pick it up and try it for myself. Now I am affiliated with Medicube. I have a discount code with them. However, they have not sent me anything to test and try for over 1.5 years. I picked this up on my own, and the products that you're gonna see from Medicube, I purchased on my own because I do enjoy a few of their products. So, Booster Pro, you get it in a box. Here is the cover of the box, okay? When you get your box, you have this box that's on top. Well, first you have this little user instructions. It just goes over some safety and what each mode is about here. Then you have this little box, and in this box is your manual, and you have your charging cable in here as well. And then your device is tucked in here, okay? So it's very simple. Now, with this device, you can use it with an app to customize your LED settings, your vibration as well, because each mode has a slight vibration, or we'll say like a sonic massage. And you can use the app to customize those settings per each mode. And you can also get a weekly report of your treatments or a daily report of your treatments. And then it can also remind you when it's time to use your device. I will put my report right up here so you guys can see. This is my full report for the last 5 weeks. Now, the modes that I am stuck to on this device are air shot mode. I used it 2 to 3 times a week. And for the first week, I used it once a week. The second week, I used it twice a week. The third week, I used it twice a week. The fourth week, I used it 3 times a week, okay? Just to test it out. Booster mode, I used twice a day, morning and evening with my serums. And then I used microcurrent mode once a day, and I mainly used it in the morning to give my skin some volume and also to plump up my fine lines. Now, I did test out the DermaShot mode the first and second week of using the device, and I decided it was not for me. It was way too powerful for me because I have thin skin and I can really feel it, and it's just way too much current going through my skin to reach those muscles. And I have thin skin. I also am prone to broken capillaries, and I also do have type 1 rosacea, but I've had my rosacea under control for a few years, and the only time I have issues with my rosacea is if I eat a triggering food, such as spicy food, too much acid like tomatoes and salsa. That's a kicker for me. I have too much spicy food or too much acidic food, I will often get a little flare up and I'll just get like a little bump here and there. But other than that, my rosacea is completely under control because I found out what my triggers are. So I can use this device with no issues. But if you have active rosacea, I would not recommend it for you because it will be too powerful and can cause some irritation in your skin. So I'm gonna go over this device about what each mode is about. So we have the 4 modes. You have your booster mode, which is for product penetration and boosting skin radiance. You have your microcurrent mode, which is for line control, or it plumps up your fine lines and wrinkles and it plumps up your skin. It's not for lifting. You have your dermashot mode, which is for elasticity and lifting. And then you have your air shot mode, which is for pore care. And what they mean by pore care is it helps with those of us who have large pores. It helps keep them clean, it exfoliates the skin, and it does improve the texture of the skin and the appearance of your pores. Now, with each mode, you have an LED light, and the LED light concentration is right here in the middle. So booster mode is orange LED for radiance. Microcurrent mode is green LED. Is green LED for brightening and calming. You have red LED in the dermashot mode for collagen and elastin and improve fine lines and wrinkles. And then in your air shot mode, you have this aqua light, which in the manual it says blue, and in the app it says it's aqua. Now, aqua helps with inflammation and broken capillaries, but there's no studies on that, just so you know. But the blue light, is going to help for, helping with oil control and bacteria in the skin. And I'm not sure why it's aqua on the device and in the app, but in the manual it says it's actual blue light. So that's kind of a little bit confusing. Now, within the app, I will show you. I'm going to connect my device, and you have control over the LED lights. So with this device, each mode, you can use it for 5 to 10 minutes. Now, if you're only going to use one mode, as we all know, 5 to 10 minutes when you're using it all over isn't really enough time on the skin to see the benefits of LED light therapy. But if you are using more than one mode, then you can change your LED light therapy to the color that you choose, that you want to get the most benefits from. The only mode that I would suggest you keep it on the designated LED is actually the air shot mode, because it's meant to help calm inflammation and with bacteria. So that would be the aqua/blue light. But so now my device is hooked up, and as you can see, it's kind of hard to see, but my light is on aqua. So I'm going to press the red, and I change the red, and I can change it to green. I can change it to red. So that's pretty cool that you have control over that in the app. And then here you can control your settings, like your vibration and your levels right here, okay? Now, this also, you can program a set schedule for yourself. Like if you have other Medicube devices and you want to use them with the Medicube device, you can put all the devices that you want to use and your skin goals, and it will give you a custom plan. So that is pretty cool. Now, for myself personally, when I was doing this 4-week test, I did not use the app. I'd only go on the app once a week to download my report from the device. Now, with this app, which is really cool, or actually with this device, it records your treatment, so you don't have to connect to the app every day. You can simply just turn on your device, connect it to the app, and it will download all your treatments into the app, and you can see your report, and it will give you, you know, how many minutes you've used Booster Pro this week, the month, and so on, okay? It breaks it down for you, which is pretty cool, all right? So that is the device, okay? So now I'm turning off my app because my iPad is gonna die. I need to charge it. Now, one thing that I noticed about this device is that the battery life lasts for such a long time. During my whole entire 5 weeks, I've only charged this device twice. So I charged it when I first arrived, so there's one charge, okay? And then I charged it last week for the first time. And the only reason why I did that is because I wanted to see the percentage of the battery. Now, I have been using this twice a day. Some days it's 3 modes, some days it's 2, most of the days it's 2 modes. And I still had 80% battery life. So the battery will last you for a very long time, which makes it ideal for traveling, okay? Now, let's get into my other thoughts about this device, because I think a lot of us are misusing this device. So here in the user instructions, with your booster mode, they say that you can use that 1 to 3 times a day, which I am not doing my skincare 3 times a day. I'm doing it twice a day, once in the morning and once in the evening. Your DermaShot mode, they say you can use it 1 to 3 times a day, and DermaShot mode is the EMS in here. And I beg to differ. I would only recommend using the EMS mode 1 to 2 times a week, or maybe 3 times a week, just depending on your skin. I think it's just too much for your muscles. And what we have to remember is our facial muscles are different in our face than they are in our body. Our facial muscles do not require the same energy as what our body requires. You have to use much gentler currents for these muscles. Otherwise, if you're using something that is too powerful for these muscles, you can overwork them and they become flaccid. Yes, you can overstimulate the ATP and it will reduce the ATP, and the ATP will come back. But the thing is you get the lactic acid buildup in those muscles, and then from using it 1 to 3 times a day in EMS, you're going to overwork those muscles and you are going to counteract the results that you want to see. Now, for microcurrent mode, they say 1 to 3 times a day. I say you can use this definitely twice a day, because how you're meant to use microcurrent mode in this is you go over each pass twice. And when I do my face and my neck with microcurrent mode, my treatment is 3 minutes. It's not a big deal. Air shot mode, you use it, it says 2 to 3 days a week, and they recommend that you use it, you skip 2 to 3 days in between a treatment. Now, I have no issues with using this 3 days a week. My skin tolerated it very well. Now, let's talk about the levels of this device. And here is the kicker. So if you guys watched my last video, I did my current device collection, and one of the devices that I cannot find right now, because I can't remember if I lent it out to someone or if it's still here in my house. So with the TimeMaster Pro, that has electrical muscle stimulation in it. Either the first and the second generation does, but the new generations of the TimeMaster Pro, on level 1, it's no electrical muscle stimulation, it's just the ultrasound. Now with the TimeMaster Pro, with that device, your level 1 is for sensitive skin, level 2 is for normal skin, level 3 is for like, you know, normal to normal to oily skin, and then you have your 4th setting, which is for like oily skin. And that device is mainly based off of your skin thickness. So thin skin, okay? So thin skin, level 1 to 2. Medium skin, 2 to 3. Thick skin, 3 to 4. And I want you to think of the same thing with this device, because this device, the levels aren't, you're using a stronger level to get faster or more results because your skin gets used to it and your muscles get used to it. It's based off your skin density, which is your skin thickness. So if you have thin skin with this device, you should stay in levels 1 to 2. If you have medium skin, 2 to 3. If you have thicker skin, 4 to 5. However, you do want to always start out at level 1 first to gain your tolerance of this device. With this device, I did use it around my eyes, and what I started to notice the last 2 weeks is my eyes were looking, I was noticing that they were looking less plump and more hollow and dark. And it's been 3 weeks now and they still look that way. I've been sick, I hadn't been sleeping well, but I've been sleeping well the last few days and I still have that hollowness and darkness under my eyes, and you really notice it right in through here. Now I am wearing my SPF, my tinted SPF today, and my Color Science Total Eye in the shade medium, so it really helps with the darkness, but I can really see that line right here in my eyes from using this around my eyes. So the last 2 weeks, I have stopped using this around my eyes. I think it is way too powerful, and mind you, I am using it at level 1. Now, with this device, they do recommend that you can use it around your eyes and around your mouth. The only place you avoid, excuse me, with this device is the center of your neck and your chest. However, on DermaShot mode, the electrical muscle stimulation, they do have a movement to where you can use it under and above your collarbone, okay? Now, in my experience with this device, even at level 1, and I have thin skin, so my under eyes and above my eyes and around my mouth is thinner than someone who has medium skin, okay? I do not like this device around my eyes, and what I've been noticing is that I noticed around my mouth, I have less plumpness in my lips, and my upper lip is less plump, okay? From using this around my mouth and around my eyes. So Medicube does have a device that is optimized just to use on those areas around your eyes and around your mouth. It's called the Line Shot, and it has a booster mode, it has a microcurrent mode, and it also has an air shot mode on it. So my advice to you is do not use this device around your eyes whatsoever if you have thin skin, because you will start to see the howling in your eyes like I am. And let me show you my before and after picture here so you guys can see what I'm talking about. You can see the differences in my face, and I'm gonna go over my skincare that I was using with this device, because I do think that skincare makes a difference on what you're using with this device. So as you can see, like around my mouth here, it doesn't look as plump, but right in here, I look so much tighter and firmer. I think overall, my skin looks tighter and firmer. What I'm missing is the lift that I get from microcurrent. I am not seeing that lift. Like, my cheekbones don't look as defined, but my face does look nice and slim this way. My jawline, it looks okay, but it could be more defined. Now, mind you, I am not using the DermaShot mode on this. And if you want to use EMS on your skin and use that DermaShot mode, by all means, please do. Please test it out. But I say, if you have thin skin that is prone to broken capillaries, if you have sensitive skin, I would avoid it, okay? I would avoid it. I would go for true microcurrent to get your facial sculpting. So what this device lacks in it for me is facial sculpting, but I love what this has done for my skin. I see a big difference in my skin. The texture, the glow, the healthiness, the firmness, the tightness of my skin. But what it is lacking for me is that sculpting and lifting, okay? I have no lift in my eyes, my cheekbones, and my jaw, okay? They look a little sad to me, but I love the quality of my skin since I started using this device. I absolutely love it. Now, with this device, I will say, when you're using booster mode, if you're using a watery serum, or you're using a toner with a serum that is kind of like on the watery side, you're going to feel the current go through your skin. And it feels a little bit like tappy, okay? I use osmosis serums, and they're a thicker serum that are kind of sticky and they need to be worked into the skin with a toner or a mist to penetrate them into the skin. And the serums work great with this to where I don't feel that zappiness of this device on level 1 or 2. If I use 3, 4, or 5, oh my gosh, it shocks me. It literally shocks me, as you guys seen in one of the demonstrations that I did. So if you have thin skin, if your serum is a bit on the watery side, it's not really thick and viscous, or it is a water-based serum, you're going to feel that current go through your skin. And some might think it's very uncomfortable, especially on your forehead, because you can feel it on your forehead. I can really feel it in level 2, and I had to switch down to level 1 on my forehead. So when I use booster mode, I use level 2 on my cheeks, level 1 on my forehead. I don't use it around my eyes. I use level 1 around my mouth, and I use level 1 on my neck and right underneath my jawline. On microcurrent mode, I'll use level 1. I did try level 2, and depending on how thick your moisturizer is, depends on how much you're going to feel that microcurrent. So level 1 is my favorite with the Isden creams, but today I did try a new hydration serum and a new moisturizer, and I used level 2, and it felt just fine. Airshot mode, you don't use any products with them. Now, on microcurrent mode, on booster mode, microcurrent mode, and dermashot mode, you can use this over your moisturizers. With dermashot mode, I recommend using something that is a bit thick, and I love to use the collagen jelly cream over my moisturizer with the dermashot mode when I tried it. And the reason being is that it made dermashot mode so much more comfortable for me. Now, dermashot mode on this device is not strong like their original dermashot mode, dermashot device, which they're not even selling anymore. It's nice. Level 1, I didn't really like because it feels like a tapping sensation, but level 2, it feels like it's really sucking your skin, and level 3 really sucks the skin, okay? But I did not get any pain in my teeth or any like weird sensation. The only thing for me is that on certain areas, I got a lot of contraction, and especially in my neck muscles. So I avoided it. Now, I did get a question on if you can use dermashot mode on your body. Excuse me. Like you could the original dermashot device. And yes, you can. However, is that the head of this is small, so it would take you a long time to use this on your body. It is great on the neck. So if you have really tense, tight traps, you can use it there. If your neck muscles are tense. Now, if you suffer, like, they do Botox now for those who have, TMJ, where they have a lot of issues with their masseter. It gets really big and overworked from having TMJ. You can use EMS on that to relieve some of that tension. It works really well, but my choice to work through that is to do some fascia release with tools, my hands, or using fascia release with certain forms of microcurrent, okay? But I recommend using microcurrent mode over your moisturizer. It's a better experience if you use it over your serums. You're going to feel that sucking. If you use it with the conductive gel, you're going to feel that sucking. Dermashot mode over your moisturizer and a nice thick gel is great. using a gel that you could just wipe off like this one. And I would prefer to use it at night since this can leave the skin a little bit greasy. Excuse me, I have to take a drink of water. So, would I recommend this device? Yes, I would, because I love it and I loved my experience with it. Now, I share my opinions and my thoughts on these, you know, these different levels and the different modes on this. As a professional, as someone who still works in the treatment room on clients, I see clients of all different ages, all different ethnic backgrounds, all different skin densities, skin types, okay? So I understand this device and how to use it. And I just say, please be cautious of the levels that you use on this device and follow my advice and you will love this device. I think it is beautiful and I recommend it, and it is on sale right now. Now, if you are looking for something to use around your eyes, I haven't tried it. Pick up the Line Shot device. I'll put a picture of it on either side here. It looks very, very interesting. I haven't tried it, so I can't really give you my thoughts on that, but I think it would be great to pair with this device to use around your eyes and around your lips. My preferred way to treat around my eyes in this area is definitely microcurrent, and especially with my Pico toners, because they have programs in there that works in the skin and will help plump those areas and give it what it needs to improve the texture, the tone, the lift, everything in that area. Fine lines and wrinkles, much better than this. And if I had to choose over this and the Pico toner, I would 100% pick the Pico toner, but you have to say, but one thing you have to take into consideration, they are totally different, because that is a patented dynamic intelligence microcurrent with the Pico toner. The microcurrent in here isn't true microcurrent in what we're familiar with in our other microcurrent devices. It's electrical muscle stimulation, which a lot of these Asian device companies are calling microcurrent, okay? So don't get the two confused. Read the fine print. If it says electrical muscle stimulation, then it is electrical muscle stimulation. It's not the microcurrent that we're familiar with in our Picos, our Zips, our Foreos, our other devices out there, okay? So now the products that I used with this device, which I shared with you guys how I was using it. So cleansers that I used, I will show you. Cleansers. Okay, so my everyday cleanser for the morning is either the balancing cleanser or the purifying cleanser from Victoria Deanne. Now, what I do with these sometimes, if I'm doing adipose, I will wash my face with the balancing cleanser because it's very, very gentle. And then I will apply my adipose. I'll leave it on for about, anywhere from 10 minutes to an hour. And then I have to remove it. And the way I like to remove it is I'll wipe it off first, and then I'll go in with the Victoria Deanne purifying cleanser. For my evening cleanse, I use the Isden Essential Cleansing Oil. This is an emulsifying cleansing oil. This I use as a first cleanse to remove my makeup and my SPF. And then I go in with a second cleanse, and my second cleanse is either the purifying cleansing gel from Victoria Deanne or the Purify Cleanser from Osmosis. This is an enzyme cleanser. Now I'll use this 2 or 3 times a week, just depending. I love to use this right before I use the air shot mode with the Booster Pro, because enzymes, they go in and they help, unglue the dead skin cells, and then they act like little Pac-Man, and they kind of just eat up all those dead skin cells that are ready to, say goodbye. And then it makes it for a nice exfoliation canvas for the air shot mode or your other exfoliating devices like the DermaShot or dermaplaning. So I'll use this 2 to 3 times a week, just depending. Those are my cleansers. Now, for my main serums, I use Victoria Dan first. Victoria Dan, I use Peptides, okay? So I have several Peptides here. My main Peptides that I use are, I have Lift, Tone, Elastin, Procol, and I will from time to time, depending on my skin, throw in Repair. I love to use Repair after any aggressive treatment that leaves my barrier sensitive or compromised, or if my skin is in general feeling a bit sensitized. I just started adding in Peptide last week, so this works on your fat cells in your skin to help restore your density, and also they say fat pads. I added this in because my under eyes just were looking so terrible and I wanted to supercharge my skin with Aduro. So 2 to 3 times a week, I do use Aduro. So I use the strong body gel on my neck and my chest, and I use the face cream on my face. Now, there's a new thing you could do with this. You can use the strong body gel on your face for a couple weeks and switch to the cream. You can use both on your face, your neck, and your chest. This works great for your body too. So if you have areas with crepey skin, cellulite, loss of elasticity in the skin, this is great to use on the body. So that I do 2 to 3 times a week. Now, after my Victoria Dan Peptides, I go in with my Osmosis serums. Now, Victoria Dan Peptides are twice a day, morning and evening, and my Osmosis serums are morning and evening right after Victoria Dan. So the first one I go in with is going to be Stem Factor MD. And then I do a cocktail of 1 pump each. I use 2 pumps of Stem Factor MD morning and night. And I take it all the way from my neck and my chest, okay? And then I take 1 pump of each of these, which is Catalyst MD, Correct MD, and Rescue MD. And then I take their infused mist, put about 5 to 6 sprays in my hand, make a little cocktail here, and then I apply it all over my eyes, my face, my neck, my chest. And then I go in with the Medicube Booster Pro. And I missed the section I'm gonna work on with the Osmosis Infused Mist, and I work those into my skin. And I spend about a minute here, like 30 seconds here, a minute here, 30 seconds here, like 30 seconds around my mouth, and then I work on the sides of my neck, my jawline, my neck, and my jawline, and then I'm done. So sometimes it's 3 minutes, sometimes it's 5 minutes, just depending. And then after that, I have been misting the Dalba aromatic serum spray right after, and then I follow in with either my Isdem Day Cream or my Isdem Night Cream, just depending, morning, evening. And I go in with the microcurrent mode. I turn it on level 1 and I just go over and I work that moisturizer into my skin. And it's so awesome because if you are short on time and you're going to be applying your SPF, this really helps your moisturizer penetrate into your skin quicker while it's plumping the skin and those lines, so you can follow through with your SPF right after without having to wait for it to absorb, because sometimes it can be a little bit too dewy and cause your sunscreen not to apply well, or it could cause your sunscreen to peel. So I love it, and I love to use that microcurrent mode during the day. I have used it a couple of times morning and evening, and I didn't notice any adverse things with my skin, but I do use it at level 1 just to be on the safe side. And then if it's during the day, I'll follow through. Like this morning, I followed through with my Color Science Flex and my Total Eye 3-in-1. And I just put a little bit of bronzer on. I didn't do any contouring today, and I just have, you know, a little bit of eye makeup and some blush and then some powder, and here's my skin today. I love it. Now, if I am going to be wearing a foundation, I have been loving the Color Science Classic or the Neova Silk Sheer 2.0 for my sunscreen. Today I'm wearing the Neova Silk Sheer 2.0 on my neck and my chest, and I have been really loving this for my neck and chest because it does contain DNA repair enzymes. But this is a chemical and a mineral sunscreen, so you get the both in here. I just really find that this is a beautiful sunscreen. It's great under foundation. It works well as a makeup primer. You just want to give it some time to absorb well into the skin before you go in with your foundation. But I also do love the Color Science Classic for under foundation too, and my neck and chest, because this one is a bit more moisturizing on the skin, where this one has a tendency to dry out my skin just a little bit. So you want to make sure you prep your skin really well, but I've had issues with prepping my skin really well with this, especially if I'm going to apply foundation and cream products over the top. I did experience a little bit of peeling. So those are my everyday skincare items that I have been using with the Medicube Booster Pro. Now I know this is a little bit excessive, but I wanted to go over this with you guys so you see the products that I'm using. And I will tell you that the Medicube Booster Pro really did supercharge my osmosis serums into my skin. I just feel like my skin just like all of a sudden, it just like went from like where I was seeing results to wow, I can't believe my skin, okay? So it worked really well with my osmosis serums. It penetrated them so well into the skin. I am so happy with my skin with this device. Now for my facials, I did 1 or 2 times a week. The last 2 weeks, I did this twice a week, okay? I used Medicube Products for my treatments. So I would cleanse my skin, and I would do this on the nights that I was using the air shot mode. So I'd cleanse my skin, you know, remove my SPF and makeup with the Isden Essential Cleansing Oil, and then I would go in with my Osmosis Purified Cleanser. Let my skin air dry, and when it was like bone dry, I went in with the air shot mode. With the air shot mode, you have to make sure that your skin is dry and free of skincare, okay? So I would do that. And then after, I'd follow through and I would add in the Collagen Glow Boosting Serum from Medicube. So this is a new product release from them. And I have to say, I do like this serum, but I just like it. I don't love it. I don't love the fragrance of this. I really don't love the fragrance of this. So this is like, it kind of is like a light serum lotion. Almost feels similar to their other collagen serum that they have. It is kind of, if you have really dry skin, I think that you would really, really like this because it does feel a little bit more moisturizing. But for me, it just was not a winner, slightly a little bit too thick, and I'm just not in love with that fragrance. It's so strong, it gives me a headache. So this isn't a winner for me. This smells like their collagen bubble serum, which is a fail for me too, because it just leaves the skin really sticky, and it's just like the fragrance in that is awful. I do not like it. For me, it is awful. So I do have an extra one of these, so I will be giving these away because my final thoughts is I don't like that serum. Now, I did pick up their Deep Vita C Capsule Cream, which is a love for me. Now, this is similar to the jelly cream to where it doesn't like really fully absorb into the skin. It leaves a film that is slippery on the skin. And this is something that I would not recommend that you use during the day, because if you use it during the day, your skin is going to be slippery. And I don't think that other products like your makeup and your sunscreen are going to apply over it very well. It's a great concept. I prefer it for a treatment. So I love the scent of this. It smells like, to me, it smells like grapefruit. But when I use this with the Booster Pro, with the booster mode to penetrate that into my skin, I got a really lovely treatment and my skin looked really nice and bright. Now, I do like this. Well, actually, I love it for a treatment, but not for during the day. It would be for a treatment at night. I do love their triple deep erasing cream. This is a great cream. It's a little bit too heavy for my skin to wear during the day, but I can definitely get away with this in the evening. Now, I love to use this either over the top of the vitamin C capsule cream, because this kind of reminds me of a serum in a way. I love to use this over the top and then use the Booster Pro with microcurrent mode to work it into my skin. Works really lovely. I also like to mix in if I'm not using the vitamin C capsule cream, I like to mix in a little bit of the collagen jelly cream into the collagen or the triple erasing collagen cream for a deeper moisturizer. That is a beautiful treatment for the winter time. And then I lock everything in with my favorite product, which is the night wrapping mask. But this collagen jelly cream, I think, is a great option to use with the DermaShot mode if you're going to use it, because it creates a nice barrier to where it's not as shocking on the skin. I like it better than using their conductive gels because this just wipes off. And when you wipe it off, I can follow through with my night wrapping mask to lock in all the hydration. So what I love these products for is for a deep hydration treatment. Now, sometimes I would throw in a sheet mask. I would do either the Super Cica Quick Daily Mask. This works really well with the Booster Pro on booster mode. You have to use, I use about level 3 with this mask, where the old Booster Pro, I was using level 5. So this is a nice treatment that I like to use after the AirShot mode too, because it calms my skin really, really nicely. Because sometimes you can get a little bit red from the AirShot mode. Now, I don't have it here, but I had their deep Peptide Radiance mask. And I did that this last Sunday. I did my last treatment and I filmed it for you guys using these products. And I love that mask and I'm going to reorder it. Now, I have not tried this deep Vita C mask, but a friend did try it and she told me she didn't really like it as much. She preferred the deep Peptide Radiance mask. So I will try this and I will report back to you guys. I heard it has a kind of like a funny chemical scent to it, not a fragrance, and I was more worried about the fragrance, but she said that she preferred the Peptide Radiance mask, and I love that Peptide Radiance mask, and I will order that again. But my favorite product from them of all time is the night wrapping mask, okay? So I love this. So if you're someone who, you know, skin slugs, but you don't like the messiness of skin slugging because you're using either Vaseline or Aquaphor or a balm, this is a great alternative. This brings back, you know, childhood memories for me when the Freeman masks were popular when I was in middle school and in high school. You know, the cucumber peel-off mask, but this is like 10 times better. So I love this because it just seals in all that moisture and hydration. And when you wake up in the morning and you peel it off, your skin just really literally looks like glass. Now, I find I like to apply a thick layer of this because when I apply a thick layer of it, it doesn't pull away from my skin as much in the areas where I'm talking or like around my eyes where I have all that movement. If I apply a thin layer, then what happens is I notice that it pulls away from like my mouth and my eyes. So key to this is put on a thicker layer rather than a thinner layer, and it will peel off beautifully. Now you can use this overnight to lock in all that moisture and hydration, or you can use it as a quick mask, leave it on for like a half an hour or two for a daytime treatment. But this is a winner for me. Now, those are all the products that I used with the Medicube Booster Pro, and the Medicube products I just use for treatment purposes, not every day, as I've disclosed that with you guys many times. Now, one thing that I did stop doing a couple weeks ago is I did stop using my Ourself lip filler because I just wanted to see what would happen to my lips, and they did completely deflate. And I'm noticing that, you know, they're not, like, the shape is going back to what it was before. That could be from the device too. So this is definitely something that you have to use every day to maintain. I did start using the Aduro lip treatment. Now with this is so hydrating and moisturizing for the lips, and it really smooths out the texture of your lips, and it does add some plumpness. Now I'd be curious to see what happens to my lips with using this long term, so I'm testing this out and we will see. But for right now, I'm putting the Ourself lip filler to the side because this is a product that they promote as giving you, you know, like you had lip filler. I did not get that from it. It did plump up my lips a little bit. It restored the shape. It gave me to a nice shape back to my lips, to where my lipstick and my lip liner wasn't bleeding outside the lines anymore. So I love that, but it is quite pricey to keep up with. This will last you longer, and it's a little tiny bit more affordable, but we'll see, and I will keep you guys posted on that. So now let's wrap up this video. So that's all the products that I used with this device, and I wanted to disclose that because I think it's really important to see what kind of skincare we're using with these devices, to really see the true transparency in their effectiveness with the skincare. Now, I have a new device that I didn't share in my last video when I went over my device collection, but I shared it in my last Medicube video. So Jove sent me their 4D laser LED light mask, okay? I've just charged it. I have not used this yet because I was testing the Medicube Booster Pro by itself with no other devices, and I wasn't even using any massage tools. So here's the Joves, okay? So no matter what, this is the next device that I'm going to use. Now, what I want to know from you is I have to definitely use something to penetrate my skincare into my skin for my serums, my osmosis serums. I prefer to use a product penetration device or tool versus just their mist and my hands. So this is device routine number 1, the Joves mask, along with the Osmosis Epic Skin Tool, starting to use this once a day and then working up to using it twice a day to help penetrate my serums into my skin. And then incorporating fascia work with the Jade Man Omna and block therapy, okay? So that is going to be routine number 1 that I want you guys to vote on. Routine number 2 is going to be the Joves mask and either the Pico toner or the Jade Man lift for the next 30 days. These I can also use for product penetration for my serums. I can do fascia release with these and I can lift and tone my skin. Okay, so those are the 2 options I want you guys to vote on for me, and that's where we'll go for the next 30 days. So I will gather your thoughts and I will let you guys know either on Saturday or Sunday what our next device routine will be next week. Now, I am going to set the Medicube Booster Pro aside for now because I want to do something different. Okay, and if you guys need help on incorporating this into your device routine, if you want to use it for you know, multiple devices, I would just suggest, if you're going to use microcurrent mode, don't use microcurrent on the same day that you're going to use microcurrent mode in here. And think of microcurrent mode more of, as in this device, it's for volume and line care versus lifting and toning. If you're going to use microcurrent, another microcurrent device, I would say skip DermaShot mode, or just use maybe DermaShot mode on your neck and in your traps to release tension. But, oh yeah, okay, wait, I forgot here. So in both routines, I will be using this because I want to continue using AirShot mode. So I will be using AirShot mode in here. So I will be using this for that. But for product penetration, we could either do Epic Skin Tool or the Jane Man Lift, but I will still be using AirShot mode. I'll give up the booster and microcurrent mode in this, okay? So there we go. Sorry, I was kind of confused. All right, so that is it for this video. I hope that you found it was helpful. Go back and watch my other devices or my other videos on the Booster Pro. I think they are very helpful, and I discuss all the things that I experience as I'm using this device. But I definitely recommend it, and I always recommend that, you know, please pay attention to when you're using this device, and don't think of the levels as being stronger, that you're going to get faster results. Think of them as your skin density, which is thin, medium, or thick density skin. And there you have it. All right, I am sending you all so much love and light, and I will see you very, very soon. And please don't forget to give this video a thumbs up. It really helps my channel when you like my videos, you leave a comment, you do both. And if you're not subscribed, I would love you to be a part of my channel. One other note is that, as you guys know, I went over my entire device collection recently, minus a few that I forgot. So I have plans to do my entire skincare collection, my makeup collection, maybe doing a hair collection, and maybe a body care collection. So let me know how that sounds to you. And just a quick teaser alert, I ordered 2 products from Naturium. I ordered the multi-peptide moisturizer and the barrier bounce serum. I used them last night. I'm using them today, and they are a love at first use. I would say that the moisturizer is kind of a little bit light for my skin. I need a little bit more hydration, and that's where this came in. Love, love, love. They're fragrance free. They're affordable. Now I did order 2 more affordable products to try for you guys, which is the Prequel cleanser and their hydration serum from Dr. Sam Ellis. The hydration serum seems really interesting to me. I forgot what it's called, but it doesn't have any hyaluronic acid in it, and neither does barrier bounce. So this is kind of like, this is like an oil, but it absorbs completely into your skin. Today I'm wearing it under my moisturizer. Last night I put it over my moisturizer. I like it both ways, but I did use the microcurrent mode on this today to penetrate that into my skin. So I don't know how I will go about this without using that device for using it during the day, and we will test that out. All right, guys, so that is finally it for this video. It is still under an hour. I love you, and I will see you in the next one. Aloha. Mwah.